Today I'm going to show how to make homemade gyro. I'm going to be using ground turkey for it, and I have some spices. It is going to be pretty simple, and if you've seen my other videos, I like to keep everything as simple as possible because it's less work, less time. So here in a bowl I have some spices. I have salt, red pepper, garlic, cayenne, and I have 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, just to help keep everything together a little better. So I'm gonna put my gloves on and we're gonna get into mixing everything. So I'm putting my ground turkey in it. I'm using regular ground turkey because that was cheaper, and overall the ground turkey was cheaper. You can use it with any kind of ground meat. So you may have seen versions of this where people will mix everything, create kind of like a roll, and then freeze it. That's a very good idea too. I'm gonna show you something a little bit different. This might be slightly faster and less work. You can use either version. I'm just going to be mixing everything together now. I actually am done mixing, but I forgot to add 2 ingredients. I'm gonna add those real quick. One of them is a little bit of extra oil. That's optional. The other one is tomato paste. Since a lot of the foods that I cook are for the macro values anyway, I don't really mind too much if this oil is off or this paste is not there. So these are all optional. I do like the tomato paste because of the color it will add to it. But again, if you don't want it, or if you're dieting or something like that, you may not want to put it. Like if I were dieting, I wouldn't be putting the tomato paste in it, just so I can control my macros better. Because once it's all mixed up, and if I'm eating 4 ounces of this meat, I'm not really gonna know how much tomato paste there was in it, how much oil I added extra. All I'll have is the macros I had from the ground turkey package. So just, I don't want to add extra variable to it, but I'm not dieting right now, so it doesn't matter. So here's, like I said, there are multiple ways you can do this. One way is you can roll this, maybe a little bit bigger, wrap it in plastic wrap, freeze it, and right before you cook it, you can take it out of the freezer, let it thaw a little bit just so you can cut it into thin slices. Then cook it that way. I'm going to be doing slightly different. I'm going to get, or if you want to skip the whole process, there, turkey burgers. I got some wax paper. I'm going to get a burger size, place it on the wax paper. And I'm going to make a few of those. I'm going to show you one of them, but let me prepare the other ones. That's kind of the problem of doing these videos without any scripts. So I usually just come up with the idea on the fly. I'm like, let me make a video. Other than spending a few minutes on what I'm gonna be cooking and how, I really do this on the fly. That's why I have to do a lot of editing to cut out the things that don't make sense, just like it happened right now. And one thing you can do when you're not sticking to a script, when you don't have one, you can't really stick to it, is I just changed my mind. Not only am I going to show you this method, but I'm also going to do one where I wrap it in plastic wrap, freeze it, and show you that method too. Well, I can't show you the plastic wrap version because I don't have plastic wrap. Instead, I will wrap it in parchment paper. There you go. It's so thin, so I'm going to put this in the freezer. I'm going to make another one. So put this on here. I'll actually make a bigger one. Again, cover it up, press. You can also make a giant burger and cook it like that too, but that's gonna give you a different texture. Taste is probably gonna be the same. Your macros are gonna be the same. So this is just for variations of pretty much the same food over and over of meat, vegetables, if you're eating carbs, and a salad. That's it. Look, that's all we do over and over, repeating the same thing. There you go. Another one. Put that in the freezer too. Now I'm gonna show you the one that you can roll and freeze. Yeah, you can get gyro ready-made from the store, but it has a lot more fat in it, and you can control what you're eating if you're doing it at home. There. Again, I'm going to freeze this, then I'm going to thaw it just enough so I can slice it thin and cook it. I'm going to do one more with the rolling method. So at the end of the day, this is just a make-believe gyro. It's not like I have the full roaster where it's turning. I can just cut it into thin slices like a real restaurant in Turkey. So that's the next best thing we can get. Not even the next best thing. One thing. We'll do one more thing. Let me fix my camera. Okay, it's like we're doing 3 recipes in one. Like I said, when you don't have a script you're going by, I got these bamboo sticks. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to roll it. Okay. So instead of doing gyro, I'm going to make shish kebab. Like we started the video with a different purpose. Look where we're at. And I'm going to just put these through. I'm going to use 3 of these because these are pretty thin. They will break otherwise. I'm going to just press them in here. Let me show you. I'm just going to press them in here and roll it. There. Then if you have a grill, you can just put it on there. But I'm going to do it in my air fryer, and I know my air fryer tray is about this long. So the rest wouldn't fit. What I'm going to do is cut these off from here and do basically 2 batches. So this is the length I need. So now these would fit easily in the air fryer. So same thing. Going to roll these. Actually, I don't even need to. There. I'll do another one. Skilled chefs in Turkey are able to put this on their skewers. I guess I was able to do it too. There you go. But rolling method works just fine. I'll get a few more. And if you started watching this expecting just a gyro recipe, I apologize. All of a sudden we ended up making a full-on kebab buffet. The advantage of rolling it like that is you can pack it tighter in an organized shape. One word of caution, if you make it too heavy, look, it's gonna come off, so don't make it too heavy. If you're gonna make it too heavy, you'll have to keep the meat together better, so you'll want to put maybe extra flour. Any kind of flour will work, just to dry it out and hold it together. Actually, it's 12:20 right now, so I might as well just cook some of these. So I got my air fryer tray. I am putting this riser piece in there so that air can circulate from underneath and make it cook better. I'm just gonna put them in there like so. So grab whichever one you want. 3 will be good for this one. Oops, wrong side. There. I'll put the other side. Let's do the other one too. I know you were expecting gyro. I promise once they are frozen. In fact, since I'll be editing this, by the time everything is done, by the time you're watching it, you will be seeing the gyro right after these. So let's hit this. I'll do a match cook both sides, air fry, start with maybe 16 minutes, and we wait. There you go. This is done. There you go. This is done too. This is what it looks like. And here they are after I put them in a container. I already ate half of this. It tastes really good. Obviously, it's not like anyone's gonna say, oh, this doesn't taste so good, but it tastes good. So eat it. One more thing I forgot to add when I was mixing the meat, you could have added cheese, nuts, pistachios work really good, and more garlic pieces. Any of them would make your food taste even better. So the meat is frozen, well, mostly frozen. It thawed just a little bit. I've heated up my pan. I'm going to pull small chunks of this meat. I'm going to spray my pan a little. It is pretty hot, so I can just do that. I'm going to take these smaller pieces here. This is what they look like on the pan. Since they're going to be very thin, they're going to cook. Rather, since they are very thin, they're going to cook very fast. There you go. Maybe a minute, but always watch out for them. I added some oil because they look like they want to stick to the pan. But there we go. And finally, there you go. Gyro.